our next topic is demand. In general sense, desires, want and demand are interchangeable used in day-to-day life. We are not doing the difference between the desire, want and the demand. But in economics, all these terms are different. What is desire, what is want and what is a demand. What is the meaning of desire? Desire means wish to have a commodity. Whatever you want, that is your desire. What is your wish, that is your desire. And what is the meaning of want? Want means ability and willingness to satisfy. Want is that desire for which you are having an ability and willingness to satisfy. Now, want, desire, want, whenever it became the demand. Demand is always defined with reference to the price. Demand is always defined with a reference to a price. And second condition, it is always with respect to a period of time. It means price in the period of time is important for the demand. So what is the meaning of demand? Demand is a quantity of a commodity. That is a quantity of a commodity that consumer is willing and able to buy. Willing and able to buy at possible price a given period of time. It means demand is the quantity of a commodity that consumer is willing and able to buy a possible price a given period of a time. It means there are four features for demand. First is the quantity of a commodity which is purchased by the consumer. Second is willingness to pay or ability to pay. Third is price of a commodity at a different possible price. And fourth is a period of time. These 4 points is important in case of demand, but not in want, not in desire. Only desire means wish to have commodity. You want to buy a commodity only. And want means you have to ability or willingness to pay. But demand is a reference to a period of time or a price of time. So demand has 4 features: quantity of a commodity, willingness or ability to pay, price of a commodity and the period of time. Demand for a commodity may be an individual or the entire market. It means demand becomes 2 types. One is a individual demand and second is a market demand. Now the same definition you have to convert in both the definitions. How? Now I am talking about the individual demand. So what is the meaning of individual? Individual means one consumer. Individual means one consumer. It means demand is the quantity of a commodity that a consumer, if we are writing here a consumer, is willing and able to buy at each possible price a given period of time, that is called the individual demand. If we are talking about only a consumer, in individual demand we are talking about a consumer is willing to buy a commodity at different possible price a given period of time. But if we are talking about the market demand means all the consumers are willing to buy a commodity at different possible price a given period of time. If we are writing here all the consumers are willing and able to buy each possible price a given period of time, that is known as market demand. So it is clear what is the meaning of individual demand and the market demand. So in economics, wants, desire and demand, all the concepts are different. So we are taking here only one concept, that is a demand. so many factors or determinants which is affected to our demand. The first and main determinant is price of the given commodity. Price of the given commodities how affect to our demand. The price of a given commodity is affected whenever the prices increase. Generally, the demand for commodities decrease, and price of a commodities decrease, demand for commodities increase. There is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded. First price is affected to the demand. The second factor which is affected to our demand, that is price of related goods. Related goods has two types. One is a substitute goods and second is a complementary goods. First of all, what is the meaning of substitute goods and the complementary goods? Substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of one another. Like tea and coffee, these are known as substitute goods. So, substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of each other, that is called substitute. And complementary goods are those goods which can be used together, like car and petrol, like tea and sugar. These are known as complementary goods. Now, how the supplementary goods and the complementary goods are affected to the demand. See, here we are taking the example of substitute goods first. An increase in the price of substitute goods leads to increase in the demand of given commodity and vice versa. We will explain with this example. Suppose coffee is a substitute goods and tea is a given good. Now, if the price of coffee is increased, what will be the effect of demand of given commodity? What will be the effect on tea? How tea is affected with the price of a coffee? If the price of coffee is increased, then demand for coffee is decreased. If demand for coffee is decreased, then demand for tea is increased because consumer is shifted their demand from coffee to tea. And same as if the price of coffee is reduced, then demand for coffee is increased. It means quantity of coffee is decreased, demand for tea is decreased. So here is a direct relationship between the substitute goods and the given commodity. Price of a substitute goods and quantity of a given commodity, there is an inverse relationship. Inverse means when the price of substitute goods is increased, demand for given commodities increase. If price of substitute goods is decreased, demand for tea is increased. Here is a direct relationship between price and the quantity. Here is a direct relationship between the price and the quantity. Now, complementary goods. Complementary goods are those goods which are used together. An increase in the price of complementary goods. If the price of complementary goods is increased, what will be the effect? The decrease the given commodity demand and vice versa. Here we are also taking the example tea and sugar. Suppose the price of tea is increased. If the price of tea is increased, then quantity demanded of tea is decreased. If quantity demanded of tea is decreased, then demand for sugar is also decreased. So this is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded in the complement. Inverse relationship between price and the quantity. Is it clear which is a substitute goods and which is a complementary good? Now the third point is income of the consumer. Income of the consumer is also affected the quantity demanded. depend on the nature of the commodity. Which type of a commodity you have to buy, it depends on the nature of a commodity. Suppose if the given commodity is a normal good, then increase in income leads to rise in demand. Increase in income leads to rise in demand, and decrease in income leads to reduce the demand if it is a normal goods. But if it is an inferior goods, now here point is what is the meaning of inferior goods. Inferior goods are low quality goods. In case of inferior goods, if our income is increased, why we are taking the low quality goods? We have to shift it our demand to the normal goods. So if our income is increased, we have to buy less inferior goods. Increase in income reduce the demand, while decrease in income leads to rise in demand, because we are not having an option. If our income is reduced, then we have to buy the inferior goods. So in case of normal goods, when income is increased, demand is increased. But in case of inferior goods, when income is increased, demand is decreased. So these are some factor which is affected to the demand. But some other factor which is also affected to the demand, we will discuss later. Fourth point is taste and preference. Taste and preference is also affected to demand. How? If you have to prefer that commodity, then you have to demand it more. If the commodity in fashion or preferable by the consumer, then demand for such commodity is rise, and vice versa. If you are not preferable that commodity, then demand will be reduced. So taste and preference is also affected to your demand. Fifth is expectation of change in price in future. If the prices of certain commodity is change in near future, then you have to demand the commodity in the present more. Increase in near future, then people will buy more of the commodity than what they normally buy, because in near future prices are increased, so in present you have to demand the more commodity. Sixth is size and composition of the population. Size means when the population is rise. If population is increased, then demand will be rise, and if population is decreased, then demand will be fall. Then composition of population means in a population the number of males, females, children and old people are also affected the demand. If in the population males are increased, then the demand for the males using the commodity is increased. The population is also affected the demand. Seventh is season and weather is also affected the demand. During the winter season, we are demanding the woolen clothes more, and same as during the rainy season, we are demanding more of raincoats or umbrellas. So season and weather is also affected your demand. Last is distribution of income. Distribution of income means if in the economy there is equal distribution. Equal distribution means almost the income of the persons are equal. Not everybody's income is equal. It is nearest to equal. If income in the country is equitable distribution, then demand will be more. If income is not equitably distributed, then demand will be less. So these are the factors which are affected to the demand. These are total determinants of the demand which is affected to your demand. In this individual factors and some are the market demand determinants. So these all factors are affected to our demand.